All right, but let's get into this reaction for episode 2 of House of the Dragon. A lot of things to talk about, a lot of key things. You know what I'm saying? So I think we need to start with Rhaenyra, the princess.
What happened with she?
She's fucking gangster, bro.
Mm-hmm.
She's fucking gully, son. She not playing no games.
Like Sarani.
Like Sarani. I think what is the reality of her situation is that she knows that a male automatically can exceed her at any point, especially if her pops gets a son heir. But what the deal is in reality is that if she could prove that she's capable of ruling and making those decisions, maybe the people will be behind her. You know what I'm saying? And we already seen a small glimpse of her gulliness. You know what I'm saying? That boy Damon, who was wailing, he took one of the eggs from the I don't know what part of the castle it was, but he definitely took one of the eggs and bounced with it. And when they was in the small council meeting, Rhaenyra was like, "Which egg was it?" Spoken old Valyrian and type shit. You know what I'm saying? The native tongue for the Targaryen, and she was like, "Oh, it's gonna be a problem." And the hand of the king said, "Oh, we'll handle it. We'll get it back. Don't worry." They marched onto Dragonstone, where he was been exiled or whatever, and they was trying to get it back. And Daemon wanted the battle. Daemon wanted to fight until Rhaenyra came through with the dragon, landed on the bridge, and was like, "What's good?" Walked up, separated everybody, told him, was like, "Yo, son, I'm going to tell you right now, my dragon is mad protective of me, so don't make any sudden movements." You know what I'm saying? Real quick with it. You know, talk to him in his native tongue, or more old Valyrian, was like, "Yo, so you having a kid? Or you not having a kid? With her, with a whore or not?" You know? He backed out of it, knew he was lying. "Yo, son, you know you was wrong. Pass that egg, son." You know?
Pass that egg, son.
Yeah.
And quick,
strong on them.
Quick before you go on, the reason why she was saying that the dragon was so protective of her was because the dragon slept in her cradle.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing that Daemon wanted. He wanted the dragon egg to sleep in his future son or daughter's cradle.
They could become close. Is that weird or normal?
I guess it's tradition. Yeah,
Targaryen tradition?
Nah, Targaryen. Yeah, so that's fire though. So you already know that's how real it is, because you know he's trying to get an heir, and that's why he was trying to do it, but he's not there yet, and she's straight strong on him. I'm already feeling her gangster. You know what I'm saying? And also then you see like different. I'm gonna try to jump back and forth throughout the show as we go over it. I don't really remember the chronological order of what happened in the episode, but let's get into Corlys. That's a black dude with the dreads.
Right.
He came through and on the low went to the king and was like, "Yo, son, I think you need to marry my daughter, son."
So they could join houses.
Yeah, so they could join houses and be the the king and the strongest navy and all the money and all of that shit, and we come together. Son, his daughter's 8.
What?
8. Yeah.
8.
Yeah, at a certain point, it got real.
It was a little weird.
It got real uncomfortable.
It didn't get uncomfortable. It was definitely weird though. I mean, it might have been uncomfortable to some, but it was definitely part of me. It was definitely a little out there. It was definitely a little outrageous with that. You know what I'm saying? And he meets with the little daughter, and the little daughter is like, "When I'm of age, I will give you like babies and heirs and be the best wife to you." And he was like, "Did your father tell you that, or is that what you feel?" The young girl, Rhaenyra, went to the moms. You know, Rhaenyra, the mom's name is Rhaenyra, and that's Corlys' wife. You know what I'm saying? And said, "Yo, you rocking with this?" She was like, "No, but it's tradition and shit like that. This is what makes everybody stronger. This is what keeps houses alive and shit. And that's what you need to realize." And Rhaenyra was like, "Nigga, we got motherfucking dragons. We about that life regularly. So, and we don't need none of that." You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel her gangster again. But Corlys looks like he gets mad because the hand of the king The Hand of the King. He's a Hightower, right? Isn't that his name, Ant?
Mm-hmm.
Hightower.
Otto Hightower.
Otto, that's correct. Otto Hightower. He's the Hand of the King.
Keep sending his daughter.
He sends the daughter. Keep sending the daughter. Now,
Go put on your mother's dress.
yeah, and then he's the one that Rhaenyra went to help when the beef came down with Daemon from taking the egg. You know what I'm saying? So he's a frail nigga, but he was plotting the whole time when he sent the daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Because the king goes to Rhaenyra and says, I want you to be the heir, but it's important for me to get married to keep this dynasty going of the Targaryens. She already knew, so at the time they kind of made it seem like that it was gonna be the young girl that Corlys's daughter. But when he announced it, it wound up being the Hightower daughter, the Hand of the King, the one that he said. Mm-hmm. That's the one he said he's gonna marry to make queen. And that was also his daughter's best friend, the princess's best friend. And there's a time in the show before that where she talked about it, where she was like, they will send anybody to try to get my dad. You know what I'm saying? And she was already going through it, And she put back together a little dragon piece that broke on the floor, and he wants to get with her. And I mean, they didn't really show no type of thing like anything was happening, but I guess behind the scenes everything was really happening. You know what I'm saying? For him to choose her as his
queen.
his next bride.
Be in the sheets.
Yeah, so and I think that's what set Corlys off. So Corlys leaves immediately once that happens, links up with Daemon. You know what I'm saying?
You credited with that dragon yet, B?
Yeah, he said, yo, on the real, we need to go to Stepstones, and we need to handle the crab feeder. All right? So now the crab feeder is the first antagonist, the first villain that I guess we're really seeing. We've seen like the little frenemies that I was talking about last episode in terms of people that are close, but you could get the gist that they're close only because of the assets that it gives to him. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, the crab feeder, he's the one where he's basically killing victims and feeding him to his flesh-eating crabs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? On the beaches. And what he's done is that he's taken over a key channel or passageway that is for trade. And now he's charging his own tax for trades to come through. You know what I'm saying? And that was something that the king had controlled. That was something that Corlys had pointed out that the king needed to, rectify and handle. Rhaenyra came up and said, "Why don't we have dragon riders? Why don't we just burn them up?" You know what I'm saying? And Corlys was with it. At least she got a plan. But the king was like, we can't just be starting wars, burning people up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to happen. You start bringing the dragon out. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be an issue with that. So that was the alternative. But, the alternative was to let it, linger until it becomes a problem. And I think it might be a problem coming soon, as you've seen the highlights for the next episode. But Corlys, we got the call in. Senior Jones.
Have to make sure it's about Game of Thrones.
Hello? You want a Jones out?
What up?
What up? What's going on?
Mr. Jones?
Are you chiming in for the Jones out? Are you chiming in for the Game of Thrones?
No, I'm chiming in on fantasy football.
Later that night.
Now back into the Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
that was
this is gonna be a great snippet. This is gonna be a great snippet for
sometime later. We just made his job like 10 times harder. Sorry about that.
Love you, bro.
Yeah, but we appreciate you. We was with the crab feeder. Crab feeder was he was holding down the lane. He was holding down the slot of.
And they all kind of look like crabs a little bit. Really
the face was crazy.
Yeah, crabbish.
Yeah.
Very well. If we can't make you into metrosexuals, then we will make you into crab people.
They were like the crab clan and shit.
Yeah, and he was feeding people to crabs.
But they ain't crib.
But what it is that they was holding down this naval area, the passageway for trade and shit. And I think what we seen was Corlys come and try to persuade Daemon to go over there and take over that area. Once Corlys was denied that his daughter was going to marry the king. You know what I'm saying?
Disgusting.
Which was
disgusting.
OD.
I told you
again,
it was a reach,
OD.
bro.
Nah,
It was definitely was OD. Yeah,
OD reach.
because the girl was like 8, talking
Oh.
about I'll give you sons and shit.
Yeah.
Wildin'. Yeah, that shit was OD. But yeah, so I think that's kind of where the episode ends as well.
Well, what do you think's coming up?
So yeah, so when they show the highlights for the next episode, you see that I think Damon and Corliss go to try to fight the battle over there against the crab feeder homie. And I think the crab feeder homie was kind of fucking them up. You know what I'm saying? And then homie was like, yo, I got to get my dragon. And Damon summoned the dragon on some like magic shit. And
Yeah, because these
You
were
seen
some
it was a
fierce
wrap.
fucking crabs.
yeah. Nah,
They
like,
were like-
yo, they was,
You into crab people.
yeah, those crab people was fucking niggas up. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. And then, I don't know. I think also, you know, to go back a little bit, I think Rhaenyra is going to be a little bit